it's time to get this game underway. Miles and Chance, welcome back, fellas. Take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Wow, Havok, really, yeah, those numbers are impressive, dude. He's transformed that squad, and you're right, you are a tiny bit orange. You look fantastic, though, brother. Are you ready, Chance, for what you have dubbed the first real match of the day?
Dude, it should be an exciting one, you know, tanned or not. But I want to just talk about real quick, because obviously it is worth talking about Havok. The issue the Røkkr have had pretty much all year long is just like an SMG duo, more or less. Like the ARs weren't the problem. The SMGs were. They have solved that problem. But also, in their last like 10 maps that they have played for every single game mode, they're 5-5 in their last 10 hard points. I think 7-3 in the S&Ds, and then 6-4 in the control. So basically, they've been dead even in the respawns, and then great at S&D, which, not counting map ones, that has been the same for Røkkr all year long. One of the most wild stats in my mind that we've had from this year is Røkkr in just map ones, not map fours, were 1-12 in the first hard point. Like, absolutely abysmal. But in the map fours, they were 50-50. And now, of course, since they picked up Havok, they're 4-2 in the map one. So, like, they've improved early on, but it's just wild to me. I think, like, it just doesn't make sense is all it is, Miles. I don't have an explanation. I cannot draw conclusions. But just the fact that the Røkkr overall weren't entirely a bad hardpoint team, just horrific in map one. Like, I don't know what to make of it, but I do think that is something that we didn't talk about enough.
No, it's a new look Røkkr, though. So while the stats, you know, it's more a historic reference more than anything else. But right now, they have shed that skin and they've looked fantastic. But how will they fare now against the Mutineers, a team that love to surprise? We'll see if they can bring the noise today, as the opening hardpoint break has not been any good whatsoever for Røkkr. Attach trying to make something happen here, backed up by Havok. New kid on the block. He's been absolutely ripped, though. Attach also takes a kill or two before going down. But man, it's all Mutineers, baby. They're running the beach side of the map. All clock time going their way as well.
Yeah, obviously we spent a good deal of time of talking about Røkkr, but something that really, I think, came to light at the Pro-Am was the fact that Florida Mutineers, or even back at Major II, really started to figure out Gavutu. I think it was the wild thing for Mutineers at the start where, you know, the quote, 3 ARs on the team, but they were great at Bocage, not great at Gavutu at all. But I think lately they have looked so much stronger at this map, and they got an early lead as well. But now you're Mountain Dew featured player, you got an SMG around P2, and this is exactly where he wants to be.
Yeah, there's little holes in the ship side. We're going to see that back door of the ship by their middle tank. He's going to have a whale of a time here. Havok, though, still clock ticking in his favor. We'll come back to him in just a moment. His teammate attached to the top side of the boat, taken clean care of. Over to the ringside, Priestahh manages to stay alive, and it's aBeZy yet to get off the donut now for his squad. That'll be it. The top of Priestahh says goodbye. Now towards the hard point you go for the Mutineers. Here comes the break. Shots are in, the kills are good. It's Caesar Sky's Bueno from the outside. Picks up those two, and now the hard point is in the hands of Mutineers.
I gotta reload or just shoot your pistol, whatever works quicker. Those are the COD 4 tips coming into effect, you know, 10 years later. But that is a very important series of breaks and kills for aBeZy to get. Shut down the potential streaks of Priestahh. Now potentially he might have been flipping those spawns. Not the case. He does get taken down, but at the very least you go into this next tilt. We're at least a small little buffer lead to work with.
A small one at that. You're going to start this one off with Priestahh in the hard point there for Røkkr. It's about to pop up. And now the retake is on for the Mutineers. Vivid, the farthest forward player now for the squad. The remainders coming out of that tower side. They got to fight their way through ring if they want to stand a chance. And it's on attach to hold them back. Tags in. Shots are through. Nades, you name it. The tactical retreat. Standy backs him up as well. Good work out of Røkkr, buying the time. It is like trying to draw blood from a stone right now. Minnesota doing a beautiful job of slowing down the Mutineers. There's not a lot they can do. A cheeky Skies from up high might be able to find something there, but it's good work all in all, as the clock time is still in favor of Røkkr.
Well, Florida, though, they did get a close spawn lower green, so that is actually going to be an interesting way to break through to the hill, and they took full advantage, pounced on that as quick as possible. And I'd say for the moment, no one from Røkkr has actually slipped through. Number 2, Attach is starting to take a route, and Florida actually now starting to spawn out. Finally, as soon as number 5 spawned in, they started rotating, but Priest is catching him on the cross, and this might be Florida dropping the ball a little bit. But fun enough, Røkkr, looking at the minimap, they have no idea that they've actually cleared out the back, and Attach is still looking. Finally, they turn around. Finally, they know it's empty, and they're still actually looking for players. They just completely lost track of all 4.
They did indeed. Well, it's a 4-man hit now through mid-map. That's complete coverage now for the next hard point for Røkkr. Should be getting more time. We'll see that lead change hands. Slow approach now for the Mutineers. A methodical one at that. You need to get the kills, force the members of Røkkr to spawn on that top left-hand side, and then pick up the hard point time. Attach finding himself a nice one. Trades are through. aBeZy finding a couple more as well. That's going to be the spawns now in the deep left for Røkkr. This is a good look. If you're the Mutineers and you can break on through, that's the break. How long can they hold it?
Dude, what a strange series of events. Right now they're fighting for the back spawn, but Minnesota, I was about to say, they may end up just pinning themselves in the back. The nades are coming through, and now Røkkr are stuck in the bad spawn where they have to take a hike. Just a wild series of events where Røkkr just, I think, expected Florida to actually rotate properly. Florida did it. They lost the spawns, but because of the confusion, I mean, it ends up panning out for the Mutineers, and I got DavePaty, who at least started off a little slow, heating up a little bit, but going to P5 with a 10-point lead, you can turn this into a money hill. Mutineers might start to widen the gap just a little bit.
Yeah, this is the game one woes of the old Røkkr squad. They've got to pull this one back. DavePaty's going to toy with his food right now. Patience is going to pay off in a moment. Nice work. Awakening there just in case he does manage to find the other two. DavePaty's still running the show now on the other side of the board. Oh, what a kill from Skies. That's a tremendous bit of boat control now going his way. Keeping the hard point time ticking in favor now. The Mutineers mid-map coverage all good. Now, though, a little bit of pressure. This could be good for Røkkr, making their way forward now. A couple of kills going either side. Awakening still up top side of green. There's the kills, and it's your boy DavePaty back at it again.
Oh, there he goes with the, I don't know, I don't have a White Vans reference in the mix, but at the very least, that is going to be a full 60 that Florida take full advantage of, and maybe Awakening on a 4, an opportunity to at least think about the glide bomb, which I think we all know he will take his time to try to make us happen. His teammates, by the way, Vivid picks up 2 in ring, so when it's basically a 2v3, his teammates break over towards New. He does get chopped down, but you get a full 60 on the P5, you win the rotational ring. Rotations like that just straight up win you the game on gavooty. And now this is just a massive advantage for the Mutineers.
Mutineers still running up in the score department now. 173 and climbing now. Attached to can close the bottom side of the beach. DavePaty the first to fall. Now looking at the pinch there on the point. Kills going through, but Sky's Awakening. Vivid now coming through. Attached. Can he pick up these players who are already tagged up and weak? The trades are there. If he's able to get in a spot, he ain't. A nice pickup from Skies. Kills are all good. Mutineers are still running this one. My word, they are the kings of gavooty for now.
Yeah, Skies over here making plays with the MP40 of all weapons. Attached is waiting for the reach out from the steps, but Skies is busy flanking, and that might just be the dagger in the game. Now his turn to try to think about some score streaks, but even though he does not get them, you still have Mutineers with the right side spawns on the map, and I'd say long term, that's exactly what they want to have. They are just in such a good spot to win this game.
And I was lied to, Chance, at the start of this series. I thought this was the first match of the day, but it's 205 to 97. It's just map 1, you're right. But hey, it's looking very good for the Florida Mutineers now. Standy and Havok really yet to get things going. The Stavok duo, not as handy as we have seen them be thus far in the CDL. Back over to our mandatory feature play, the man himself, Havok. Hey, sure there was the point he goes, gets dropped immediately. We're over the 100-point mark now for Røkkr, so that's good. We'll take that. It's a consolation victory. But Standy, clearing out the top side of the boat, has got a lot more work to still do. DavePaty from down low. Oh my God, he's crossed him up and he's gunned him to death. DavePaty is truly a demon. It's 17 and 13 overall. Havok on the point just gets eviscerated by Vivid, and sweet child of mine, here comes Awakening.
Oh, yeah, dude, if you look at the stats, you might not think that DavePaty is cracked, but you watch his POV, you know the dude is electric with the movement. So just a nice little freebie on that one. A couple frying. Vivid wraps that up with another one of his own, and a P3 to rule them all. Florida, they are pushed out. Maybe not ring controlled, but Skies is here to pick up a couple freebies, and Florida almost assuredly will end this game here.
Bum, 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 bum. It's a 2P. Skies, patience. Mission impossible, no problem. Cleans them up, finds one more. Skies, truly the king of the ring. And he's going to get that one rotation all good in the hood. He's got complete control. His teammates in time. 10 seconds for the win.
Hail Caesar. What a good movie that was, and what a great way to end that game. Dude, and the craziest thing, this all started to spiral out of control when Minnesota misread spawns when they actually got gifted but just didn't know it. A very weird moment on gavooty that Florida absolutely take full advantage of, and I don't know, just a strange game, I'd have to say.
A wild one to start things off there for Minnesota Røkkr. A tough loss, and again, their first maps have typically been great recently, but this map, you know, this the way it goes. Mutineers is looking great. Fans across the world be disappointed, but I don't think any fan will be quite as disappointed as the Røkkr's #1 fan, Toronto Ultra, right now, as they see their purple comrades and current Kings of the North go down by 1 as the Mutineers absolutely blow the doors off of gavooty. Everyone putting in the good work.
And that would be the SMG blunder. I think SMG players find themselves in on this map, right? The Stavok or what is it? I can't even remember. Havok and Standy combined, 21 and 42 combined. Certainly not ideal, but when you're losing on Gavutu, that is simply what you expect. That is very much a situation where you had Skies, 21 kills on the map, 20 of them went untraded. We hail Caesar, he did it all, and even the hill time, not too shabby. Literally led his team in every single category with the exception of the damage. A heck of a map one, and definitely the way Mutineers maybe needed to start this series, at least based on the way their S&D has been going.
Stupendous stuff for the Mutineers to kick things off. Stats are coming through now, live one from Carson. This is huge. Over the last 4 hills, Røkkr were outscored 145 to 17 seconds. 17 seconds over 4 hard points. That is unreal.
In Miles, I think this might be the moment coming up. I don't know exactly if we'll catch it, but this is at least like the end of it. Again, we were trying to call out when Røkkr, literally 4 men staring at the back, thinking that Florida had 1 player hiding in a corner, but they didn't know Florida actually ended up getting the back spawns for P3, and I think they ended up just sort of turtling on like the P4 hill a little bit too hard. Took them an extra few seconds to actually turn and get the proper setup. And as soon as they got stuck in their spawn on that hill, Mutineers literally never looked back. Like, it was just brutal from that point on.
Unreal, mate. Unreal. Hey, Paddy, again, this was the cross up from him. Standy had the high ground. It was all looking good for him. And man, at that point in the game, Standy 8 and 20. Rough looks from him. A player that's been so confident recently. The whole team has been looking so brilliant. So we'll see if Røkkr can bounce back again. That newfound confidence with Havok on the squad has been transformative for them. Now, though, the question remains, can they be consistent against a team like Mutineers, who have come out swinging boiling hot, mate? Double dose of Tuscan chance on its way, search and destroy and control. What do the stones tell you about what to expect here in S&D?
Well, I mean, I think it was already pointed out in the keys to victory, just like, I mean, it's what, 7 of their last 8 S&Ds Florida has lost. And obviously Røkkr, I mean, doesn't matter the roster that they have, their search and destroy game has been on point. So certainly this is the game mode they want to have to get the bounce back. I know overall Tuscan hasn't been their strongest map because they've had a few clutches slip through their grasp, but I suppose that just means we turn our attention, Miles, to the Mountain Dew Game Fuel keys to victory for Florida. Trying to read through them now. I'd say what the control is going to be important one where Florida has the edge. You got some B attacks on the Tuscan S&D, which is something we're definitely going to have to look for in this upcoming map, just because Florida never go there. It has been A hits galore, so maybe mix things up for Florida, and if you're Røkkr, make sure you're prepared for that.
Got to be ready for that one. We'll keep an eye on those B hits again when it comes to Tuscan S&D, which we are moments away from. That was your Game Fuel keys to victory, friends. Here we go, man. An interesting turn of events here in the CDL. Bryce, you talked about it, I think yesterday or maybe this morning, where he was saying it's very difficult to predict anything right now. All the teams are in a kind of weird state of flux, and it's crazy out here, man. I mean, the pick'ems have been chalked for about 3 months. It's been brutal, truly brutal.
It's just, I mean, for what it's worth, my pick'ems actually lately have been a little bit better, but definitely not by a mile. And definitely this is a game where, I mean, honestly, dude, anytime a Bocage hardpoint gets in the mix, it just becomes like difficult to predict just because of like little things like that. But wherever the predictions go to a map from Minnesota Røkkr, looking for the bounce back and search and destroy, and maybe not necessarily a must win for these guys. Obviously, they've proven they're capable of the reverse sweep, but certainly don't want to fall into that rut once again. See if they can get the bounce back, and obviously a playmaker like Havok and search and destroy could absolutely be a major factor.
Yep, he's certainly one of the top performers in the search and destroy game mode. 1.18 for him and about just over 7 kills per 9 rounds. Sky's on the other side of that, 1.21. We'll see how that one goes. And again, both these guys putting up a decent percentage of their team's kills. Not bad whatsoever. We'll see again if the Røkkr team can bounce back, because I would assume, and this is an assumption, that there is a watch party somewhere in Minnesota right now, and they're, I think, mildly nervous after that opening map performance. But we will see. Bounce back could be on here in search and destroy.
I mean, I don't know if I would be mildly nervous. I think at this point you have to have faith in the roster, right? Like, obviously they got the reverse sweep against Toronto. Like this is the team more than any other whose fan base is used to starting series down like 0-1. Like, this is commonplace. This has been their entire year. And yes, since they brought in Havok, their map 1 record is just infinitely better than it was previously. But I mean, overall, still Florida is a good Gavutu team. You know, sometimes it goes that way. It
do be like that. Now, as you look at the stats for Florida, it was a real nice time for Skies, but Those Minnesota fans, again, they know that it is truly never, ever chalked. Here we go, though, into map number 2, Tuscan Search and Destroy. This is sure to be an absolute treat. Who's that with a bomb chilling in the corner? Dave Paddy.
I mean, maybe it up. I think he might be dodging the nades. I was going to say the 2 players from Minnesota sat behind Church to line him up, but it looks like they were aiming for Zig. So you play more aggressive on that, you get met by some nades, but you play aggressive just inside of fire. Priestahh doesn't get the wall bang in the kill feed, but certainly that's how he actually got the kill. Gets that first blood.
The Vivid and Awakening creepy crawling their way through P5. He's opened the door. I think Standy might have heard it. Here comes the Chow. Oh, Lord, he's gunned him. Vivid will stay alive now, makes it a 3v3. Here comes Dave Paddy with a bomb through mid-map. Priestahh now roaming, trying to make sure the B-bomb's all safe. Might have seen the shadow of that player on top plat. Attached, definitely saw him. Nice nade. Puts him down at 27 HP. Those players are gone.
And one of the strangest strats, by the way, Dave Paddy, instead of wrapping back to his teammates with the bomb, just dropped it in Zig and got picked. And I mean, I know Awakening has picked it up, but all of a sudden you're in a 1 versus 3. So that is a very unique, I think is a proper word, strat from Florida that did not pay off.
Right, he's going to plant this bomb in a brief moment, and he's going to get absolutely destroyed by the 3 members of Røkkr. Here they come. Havok tags him, doesn't manage to get the kill, and they are hitting him hard. Here they go, flying into this one. Priestahh with a gunny. There's the kill, and I do believe Priestahh may have had 2 or 3 on the round there. So a great bit of work off the rip for Minnesota Røkkr. An unorthodox approach from the Mutineers there. With that bomb in hand, sitting in back spawn. Good round, Røkkr.
Yeah, Florida's had a couple of those rounds where it's like, I don't know if they just turned their brains off or what. Like, dude, they had a round 11 yesterday where they just like all just bum rush mid and got completely picked apart, like on Berlin S&D. And that is a round 1 where like Dave Paddy actually, I think he started to take the route to go to his teammates from like top fire and then just doubled back, came through Zig and then just dies. And I don't know what the idea is, but whatever it was, it certainly was not a good one.
It might work in other situations there, but it certainly didn't work here. Here we go, though, straight into the next round, and it's a heavy stack towards the A side of the map now for Røkkr. Exchange of lethals and tacticals now abound. This guy's probably won't get a hit marker with this one, but again, trying to just help his teammates get some purchase in mid-map. That's Awakening's job right now. On the flank, though, Standy, as quiet as you like, maybe able to spring into action a bit later, but we'll see if that bomb does go down here at A.
Well, the biggest problem, I think, for Minnesota is they just have no mid control in the slightest. So I think it'll be a while before they actually try to get this bomb plan because they'll have to cover their teammate. And a couple nice angles. And he actually spots it, but there you go. The trades are instant. The blood is found. And I think Røkkr still time to work with. They don't have to rush into this plant because Awakening does have eyes on it.
He's got eyes on it. Oh, the timing might have been dreadful. He missed both players there, but he does get away with his life. That's good enough for now. His teammates now moving to reinforce. Bottom side of the church all covered. The last members of the Mutineers now against the full might of Minnesota Røkkr. Havok gets the party started for his squad. That's going to be 1 player left now to get the defuse. It's all onto Awakening. And what a delightful round again out of Røkkr. Can Demon Joe do the unthinkable?
Well, he was in the 1v3 the first go around, now the 1 versus 4, and basically no time to work with and 0 hope.
Ooh.
Hey, I mean, he spins in record time, but does not actually get the kill, and that is 2 back-to-back rounds where Røkkr more or less dominate. I muted Standy, that was the guy responsible for watching P5. He gets the pick on Vivid when Vivid is forced to make the play because they get the first blood, but I mean, I'd say just on a strategic front in both of these rounds. Well, the first round, Mutineers threw it away. This round, Røkkr outplayed him.
Yeah, great stuff. Røkkr once again, search and destroy prowess coming through. Florida currently being left in the dirt. There we go, though. 3 in a row for Priestahh. Standy's on a 2 spree right now as well, and we're going to B with this bomb. And we're not wasting any time this time round. We've been stunned up. That's a lot of information. On the other side of the door, it's Standy, and 2 members now off of the Minnesota Røkkr. Their kills are in! Oh, baby! It is a great round from Røkkr once again. Skies, whoa! There's 2 with an 8! Oh my god! It's now 1v1! What's in the name of all things sacred is this round, and how is Skies pulling this back?
Panic is thy name. Priestahh just dips out in... This guy's playing so much slower. Are you kidding me? What a way to win that round and not get 1v4. Skies so concerned about the flank. Hey, that is, I mean, round for the ages. That could have been the momentum shift if Skies is able to make that happen. And, well, instead it is all laughs, all smiles on the Røkkr front.
Man alive. Here's the nade from Skies. Blows him wide out of the water. Wall bang on a 1. And he got Priestahh so hurt. And Priestahh popped Deddy, and man, did that man fly. He was out there. 3 in a row for Røkkr. That could have been a historic round of Search and Destroy. And this one shaping up to be spicy in its own way. aBeZy, no, darling, you had him. Now Standy's out on the flank once again, awakening with the first blood. Florida, time to bounce back.
And Priestahh getting lucky to get out of dodge, and well, that is 9 HP, and this is the man on the 5-trick, and his teammates lose the gunfight. Doesn't have the help, and Demon Joe has arrived. The first time he doesn't get left in a 1 versus 4, just decides to go and make a play. All of a sudden, now it's Standy's turn to try and clutch. And it just does not last long. This has been, maybe the theme of the day is just strangeness, Miles. Maybe that's what we're having.
That's a strange one. It's just another crazy Saturday, man, here in the Call of Duty League. Good stuff out of Skies, though. Turns that, I mean, that previous round was a nightmare waiting to happen. Had he pulled that ace off, I don't know, I'd have flipped the table, but Minnesota Røkkr. It's still 3-1. Mutineers are managing to pull this one back, as you can see the stoic looks across the faces of the players. Truly locked in. Here we go.
Yeah, and by the way, just to give more credit to Awakening, right, shuts down the streaks of Priestahh. He was basically in the mix by himself, and I mean, just wins more gunfights that he really shouldn't have on the flank, but Mutineers taking advantage. But here's the entire Røkkr team killing Skies, and at least Dave is there for the trades. So this will be a 3 versus 3, where I think Røkkr are very ready for the pressure to come through B, but this time it's actually through the middle of the map, and Havok is between them all.
Trades immediately come through. Havok's on top now, 2v1. aBeZy. He's flying solo. But he's still a very dangerous man, checking every corner. Good work. Havok's timing here could be great. Check that bomb, spots him. Oh my word, the snap was on, the muscle memory was there. And he's in trouble now, but he may be able to get out the backside of church. He's out.
Røkkr have no idea. How did they not track him?
How did they lose him? How did he slip through? He's a bloody wizard, it's true. It's one. Shot in the back, sadly though. Oh my, what a weird round.
Dude, yeah, every round is weird. I don't understand. Like, he shot right underneath church, and they're like 2 players peeked mid 2 seconds later, and somehow it didn't click. I mean, eventually it did click, I suppose. They go and hunt him down, but it just took him an extra second. More weird stuff. Just to backtrack, like rewatching Skies in that moment when he's in P5 for that potential 1v4. I don't know why he thought that Priestahh was going to be wrapping mid-map quickly. Like, he saw that he didn't run like from top church. He should have known that everybody was there, but strange stuff. It is a weird Saturday. That's the theme.
Ooh, love it though. Here we go though. Another good round for Røkkr, 4-1. An interesting opening gambit. Trades down. Standy with the first blood may go his way, but he's going to be brought down as well. All of a sudden, 2v3. Havok and Priestahh down a spot of bother. The water's starting to heat up for them indeed. Skies is trying to take care of the A-bomb site. There's a player right behind him. His lads is insanity. 2v2 now. Chance Havok. Priestahh versus aBeZy and Vivid.
And worth pointing out, by the way, Priestahh actually did have a solid map 1 despite the defeat. Yeah, Priestahh is making plays. He does get traded, but
oh, here we go.
A solid performance map 1, lights out map 2 to deliver a 1v1. And again, every time we cast a 1v1, I point out Havok. He literally plays more than anyone else. This is what he does.
Speedy plant towards A, gets out for the good. And here we go. aBeZy. A lot of corners. A little bit of noise. And Havok, he's done the wrap once again. He's coming up through the backside of well. This is tense. Havok's paced right now. He's very, very confident. I think he may have found his corner. This could be it. Here we go. aBeZy's not checking it. Havok's little head on the other side. Less than 20 seconds to work with. Oh, God. This is starting to stress me out. Here we go. All in good time. It's a straight up fight. He won't even have to fire his gun. Beautiful work from Havok. Whew, that got a little, I must admit. The timing in this matchup, Chance, is frightening.
I mean, still though, that is genuinely is just what Havok does. He clears out a section of the map. He figured out exactly how he wants to play, and he gets in the corner with what, 22 seconds ish on the clock, and just plays it perfectly from that point on. So I mean, this is part of the reason he's on the roster. S&D, if you get rid of Major Maniac, you lose a lot of playmaking ability. Well, Havok, in a certain sense, does make up for that and delivers on the round. Røkkr now have a massive advantage in this game.
What will they do with this advantage? Will they close it out? Skies trying his best not to let that happen. Here we go. Awakening with that mid-map control. Standy with the patience. Oh my God, spots 1. Demon Joe takes good care of him though. You'll need an Exorcist in mid-map ASAP to take care of this man. Priestahh still trying to keep things going for his squad, but timing may have not worked out. Attach, though, does have the silver bullet to take care of that monster, and now it's over to Priestahh, takes care of it. Oh my god, it's back and forth chance. Attach, 1v3 to close this out. 6-1, can he do it?
It's making a little bit of noise, too, and, well, just gets gifted a fantastic timing. Bomb goes down for the 1v2, and Attach is flying. Talk about zero time wasted. I love when players actually just make plays.
Then he's on. No, of all the players to run into, Vivid, sweet Gunny. Quite literally fell into his lap, but there we go. We stay alive for the Mutineers, 5-2. Hey, we've seen crazier things happen. Let's be real.
And I'm just saying, I do respect the attempt. I see so many times where players are in like 2v4 situations or like man disadvantage, and they just turtle up and like pray that the round goes their way. And I mean, you play it like that, you lose it 99% of the times. Still low odds that Attach is able to make that clutch, but that is certainly one of the better attempts you can realistically hope to see. Just a nice off angle that Vivid is able to play. Still so orange, you know?
You're quite orange, I can't lie. I think that's a you. That's a you problem, brother. That is definitely a you problem. Here we go, though. Vivid. Oh dear, he's gone. Opening hit towards B has been very, very successful now for Røkkr so far. 4-3. Paddy back on it, trying to find something here. All the way towards the backside of the map we go. Havok. He slipped the pass. No, Sky's can only get one before being brought down. 3v2. Bomb still in the hands now of Røkkr, but the site coverage is looking all right now for the Mutineers. Paddy's going to have to go tremendous here to take on these two players, and they might be above him. They made the read here. Will they drop down upon him, or can Awakening save the day?
I think Awakening actually spotted at least one of those. No, 100% he did, because number 6 is wrapping back. So they're reading this on the rotation pretty perfectly, and at least have an idea of what's going on. So 2v3, yes, but they at least might have a bit of the drop on the intel game.
And that's massive. Paddy's in position to catch those players come through bomb.
Oh, never, not
Checks
more.
his time, great. Oh no, they've coming through the backside of church. Oh dear, Awakening turn around. Here they come, finds one with a pistol. Magnificent to get out with his life at the very least. But they're still on the trail. The Demon Joe, shots are good. Priestahh now last man up, as Awakening has certainly saved the round. Standy though. Magnificent footwork and a great judgment call here with 10 seconds left. He's jumped straight onto the A-bomb. Here comes Paddy. Dead silence activated. And this has been a delightful round out of the Mutineers. Sensational stuff. They stay alive yet again.
And again, it was a 2v3, but they were playing the intel game so well. Like, they were waiting for the pressure wrap back to A. You see Awakening basically going back and forth in case they re-wrap it back towards the B site. And funnily enough, they do, but they cut it in from top church, and Paddy spots it from the middle of the map. And unfortunate time, and we pulled up the mini map, a tough time, but he was able to give the call out to Awakening, who then turns in top church and is ready for the gunfight. So that is a perfectly played 2 versus 3. Mutineers, I mean, for the first time today, the team that has been down at least has some fight in them, trying to make this comeback.
I forgot what comebacks look like, Chance. This is certainly something. Paddy, though, this is the strat. Oh my god, he's chilling in the back of the map. He's about to kill Havok. There's no way. That's it. That was the plan all along. He was expecting the ruthless aggression from Minnesota Røkkr, and that time it pays off as Havok is dropped. And oh my word, the Mutineers life advantage. Standy and Priestahh now through P5. And there is a mountain of players beneath them, but they're not going to see them. They've already got to mid.
I mean, just complete and utter mid-map control. I mean, I suppose the downside of having... Dude, and they're hitting from every angle, too. Attach reads for the second, but just so many players there for the trades. A wild setup coming through. Skies chows that and wins it.
Okay. 1v2.
1v3 for Standy, though.
He's managed to get at least one. And I like it. I mean, his players have dipped. They don't want that smoke. I know what Standy's capable of, and they're already gone to B. That bomb's already been planted. Standy's with a fast read, though. Checks the A-bomb site. He's gone. He's going to make his way through P5 now. Have to play this one, but he is going to deal with Skies and Paddy, and they are going to be nestled in for this fight. Ladies and gentlemen, that is just another round. It's another round for the Florida Mutineers.
Well, I mean, not quite the full sale. They were down 5-1, but they are starting to knock on the devil's door. And again, aggressive play calls coming out. You see the idea from Paddy finally paying off for the first bloods, but even just that aggression mid-map, I mean, there to overwhelm, attach, and make sure the trades are coming through. I mean, I know some of the play calls have been a little strange, but that time they were on point. I am still baffled. Skies, while tagged up, chowed that gunfight to top church, but he chowed because he knew he was going to win it. And keep in mind, Dave is on a 4.
Oh. David Cassius Paddington, the 9th. He's putting up one hell of a show today. Vivid Here they go. The door's cracked. Empties his pockets immediately. Here comes Dave Padino, trying to watch the cross. The shots are in. No one able to catch the kills just yet. It's on these two to see as many as they can. No! Standy through the front lines. Busts it wide open. Already starting to look a little bit easier now for Røkkr. Shots from Awakening. Can't take care of anyone on the cross. This is getting ugly. Oh no! Priest is in the back line as well. This could be it, Chance. Priestahh, once again, goes huge. And it is a flawless round. Literally perfect for Minnesota Røkkr to close out. And man, it was a tough one. I've got no idea if Chancey was still here. He's been stunned. Stunned to silence.
We're good, man. That was a good game.
That was a great game. Mate, well, that was a 5-1 comeback that the Florida Mutineers mounted, but Røkkr, it is never chalked. Even when the writing was on the wall, and it certainly looked like you might have fallen to pieces there, but a decisive final round. Glorious stuff from them. We're all tied up 1-1 as we've finally got a game in our hands.
And, you know, honestly, through and through, Røkkr were just making better plays on the map pretty consistently. Even like the 2v3 that they lost, they had the man advantage, ended up just tossing it away because Mutineers also started to make good plays, but I mean, ultimately had the edge time and time again. Priestahh, by the way, also making plays the entire game. And I'd say, again, an important one for Røkkr to bounce back from, but they absolutely deliver. And I mean, certainly, I think the most fun match we've had today.
Oh, but without question, mate. Great stuff out of Røkkr. Great stuff to stay alive in that one. And I will admit, if Vivid doesn't lose that gunfight, possibly, you know, was attached, I think the flew forward absolutely ripped him. And great stuff from Priest on the flanks there. That could have been a very different round. We could be in a round 11 right now. That's how could have gone down, but it did not. Røkkr stay alive. Now we go to Tuscan control for map number 3. We're definitely going to see that Bocage hard point. Things are going to get very interesting after that. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? This Mountain Dew marquee match just starting to heat things up after what has been a it's been a wild day of very just vicious 3-0s. We have seen some teams get absolutely burnt alive at the stake today, mate, and it has been glorious. Today, though, is, well, this match at least, looking very, very different. Ladies and gentlemen, quick commercial break. When we come back, we're looking at a little bit of control. We've got the Mutineers, we've got the players on the Minnesota Røkkr. It's your Mountain Dew marquee match, and it's an absolute delight. When we come back, plenty more Call of Duty friends here in Call of Duty.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Zenni. Armor your eyes with Block's gaming glasses starting at $24 by visiting zenni.com/CDL. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew. Upgrade your game with a Scump, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's a Mountain Dew marquee matchup, and we're at map number 3. A bit of a tongue twister there, almost caught myself out, but this should be a fun one going into control now. Chance, so far the series has been relatively electrifying, definitely the most electrifying we've had today so far. Of course, Atlanta FaZe Boston Breach coming up after this one. What do you make, mate, of control coming up now upon us?
You know, I want to say a very slight edge to Florida Mutineers. They have a 5-3 record overall. We still don't know exactly how Røkkr are going to shape up because it's still fairly early days with this new roster. But again, when I say slight edge, I mean slight. I mean, this could genuinely go either way. It could be a 3-0 for either team. It really is about who just brings the gunny on the day, because honestly, both these teams, maybe not the Kavutu, but in the S&D, they were getting after it.
Yeah, they really were. Well, the control coming up now upon us. We will definitely see that Bocage hardpoint after this one, and should we have to go the distance for game 5, Bocage S&D as well. Demon Joe, some great rounds of Search and Destroy out of him. Awakening has been a staple of the success of the Florida Mutineers since Cold War. I mean, what am I saying? Since MW. Since 29th. Yeah, he was incredible. Instrumental in the victories for his team back then. He certainly transformed the Mutineers squad, and he's trying to do the same thing here on Vanguard. Let's get it right into the round we go.
Time really does go differently, like the older you get. Like it almost still feels like rookie is like barely past his rookie season, but yet no, year 3 he has been frying the entire time. But the Tuscan control lead go, and this looking to be like it should be a nice opening break. Bunch of headshots coming through, and at the very least you have pressure on A, and actually pressure all over the map. Mutineers maybe trying to make this a 2-front war.
Yep, it is indeed a 2-front war. You've got a little bit of management there. Beautiful stuff out of Standy. That's a delightful 2-piece. It's going to make that side of the map all safe. Attention now goes straight towards A. They're going to try to open up mid-map, hit them pinches, coming at them cheeks like grandma. And here comes Awakening, though, who's having none of it. Keeps the mid-map safe. Attach manages to get 2. You've still got the A zone being captured. Well, here comes the hit. Nice timing out of Røkkr. They've got the contest. They're saving it for now. Good work once again. One more player. There it is. Cleaned up. They save A.
Oh, this is perfect, too. They had Priestahh pushed out to like a corner and fire, so they have the map locked down. They actually have the spawn traps set up. A lot of teams, when they pressure A on defense, end up giving up those like close roof spawns, and then you have to deal with pressure over towards B. But Røkkr right now, they have a stranglehold.
Oh, nice work out of Havok there. Once again, our Mountain Dew featured player, and with good reason. Your man's been frying so far in the tournament. The match, the day, the games. You know what I'm talking about, friends. He's been absolutely ripping it. He's giving his team a nice bit of an advantage, and Standy, the other side of the duo, also magnificent work. 45 seconds remaining. The A side of the map all safe. The B side not looking too shabby either. Røkkr running the show on defense.
And they are still just filtering in. They're pushing through the roof side of the map, and then Priestahh makes his move to the top fire, and whatever gun he has, he's making it work. Standy's just hanging out by the tree, and where he gets dropped, his teammates are there for the trade. This is the perfect defensive system that the Røkkr have set up, and I mean, Florida right now, they are truly feeling the pain. They have 2 ticks. I can't remember the last time where we've seen a team not be able to capture A on offense.
Well, it was so close, but now it's a 3 spree from Dave Paddy. Managed to get his teammates onto it for now. It's just him. A little bit of attention towards B as well, trying to draw the defense away, and they're doing a good job. Kills from Vivid as well. His 2 of the round are starting to get a little better. At 13 seconds, 0.9. It's a great turn of events. Now you are going to see A finally captured, as the Florida Mutineers have stabilized for now.
Yeah, so I will continue to forget where the last time it happened, because maybe not today, but you have to imagine Florida Mutineers, they truly had to fight for that. And I suppose after all of that is said and done, once the dust sort of settles, still possible for them to win this, but obviously you're down to 7 lives, and obviously 3 ticks to go. It does have to be incredibly clean. You're looking for a very fast 4 down.
Yeah, this is not quite like Berlin. You don't get the 4 down, you all dive on the point to make the cap happen. It's a little harder to do that. Winding corridors and tunnels around Tuscan. It's a death trap for most, and Havok is the Reaper. Good stuff. Last players now up for the Mutineers, the final 3 lives, and Standy got right up in their business. Awakening backs on out, stays alive for now. We've still got an opportunity to make some wild stuff happen.
I mean, wild might be too far. Maybe final 20 seconds, play for some kills, see if you can build up a streak, or maybe just fall towards the end, as Awakening is going to get hunted down. But gotta say from Røkkr, I mean, that's probably one of the cleanest Tuscan defenses we have seen in quite some time. Again, they had the system set up on lock. I mean, it took Florida a long time before they were able to break away. And I mean, again, it's just efficient work. You had guys like Priestahh and occasionally different players were filtering in, but control of fire, control of the roof side of the map, and truly keeping them tucked away in their spawn. I mean, that truly is as good as it gets.
Whew. If not for that great play out of aBeZy, and again, the perfect timing from the save of that A zone of Røkkr. What a different round that could have been. On A we go straight away. Kills through mid now from Standy. Trades abound. Mid map's going to be safe, and a nice gunfight there from Skies makes their A zone safe before they can even capture the first segment. Havok, Mountain Dew featured player, can't get it done. The drop shot from Skies keeps A safe. Beautiful work once again, and they've basically drained the entire zone back to square one.
Yeah, attached though, you can see at least on the minimap now looking to be a nuisance. And you see Florida Mutineers basically sent everybody at least sort of leaning towards the B side of the map because they know Attach has gotten through. Sky's doubled back a few times, but now Attach is making his move. He has taken the longest route of all time, and fun enough, he ends up just sort of wasting the flank, and yeah, Florida end up reading it perfectly. That is so much effort and so much time, all for naught, as Florida now trying to set up the stranglehold on deep.
Yeah, the stranglehold begins with Awakening, and my God, he finds two. If not for the nade there to land it, you might have found three of them. Good work out of Skies there to back him up, keeping the A zone as little safer as they can. First segment is gone. You got that progress at the very least, but the contest is still here. Patience now from Skies, from Cesar Bueno to stay alive in this moment is tremendous. Priestahh is now going to be on point. This might be the crossfire his teammates need, but okay, you've done a good job, Mutineers. Well played. Hold it down still.
Maybe number one can find that opening. Standy working the flank, but Minnesota Røkkr actually continually keep flanking through the field side of the map, but Rooks for the moment where Florida almost consistently just putting the pressure through mid, so they end up getting shot in the back, and Standy feeling that pressure does get hunted down, but at the very least, we are all tied up on the tick front. For now, Minnesota, what, 16 lives left? That is plenty. Minute and a half left on the clock. That is plenty. Obviously not easy to capture B, but they definitely get a few cracks at it.
Good work now, clearing out the bottom side of Church. Havok and Priestahh. Priestahh looking much more comfortable now in this assault rifle role after a couple of reps, let's face it, against some good teams, and getting some major wins under their belts, certainly helping. Slow and steady supply of reinforcements now from the Minnesota Røkkr team, trying to make their way forward, but Vivid, the pinch is on, and this is an awkward one. Priestahh, we've stayed on board with his POV for a moment now, and he's not finding a whole lot. The poor boy's trapped, and in a moment, he might be dead.
I got Vivid. Oh, I thought he actually spotted the player in Arcitys.
Thought he spotted?
Did not. So yeah, you know, Attach gets a kill. Priestahh, the guy who we thought got spotted, now around back, and now you got three players working the flank. Havok wins his one-on-one. Players are spawning now inside of Church, but you get two bodies on point. Standy trying to help his teammates. There's the help for the trades on Dave. Two more players for him to shoot down low, and they are just trapped and caught. They are getting shot in a pincer maneuver. As Røkkr, at the very least, they have the swarm.
If not for Awakening, though, Attach straight back in off of spawn into the fray. He goes. Nades up. Trying to slow down DavePaDy. Nades are good. DavePaDy into a corner. Clock still ticking. Less than 30 to work with now. So stuns, nades, lethals, tacticals, you name it. The kitchen sink is being thrown at these players desperately, trying to stop them get onto that B zone. Less than 20 to play with now. 8 lives apiece. Here comes the wind-up hit, but Vivid in from behind. Oh, baby! Can't get all three, but the damage has been done. He's broken the back of the hit now from Røkkr. That is wonderful stuff from Vivid. He may have just got his teammates the round.
Yeah, the one perfectly timed flank just to force Attach to take another round, and well, gets punished for it. That was a very strange situation early on, but then the big play, obviously Vivid. Again, it doesn't get easier than that for him, right? Shoot two players in the back and break the entire thing down. So great timing on the defensive end, and I believe we're still tied on the tick front, right? I don't think Minnesota was able to get one. I know they got close, but
no. Well, we'll find out in a moment, maybe. There we go. 1-1 here. The sweaty Tuscan control. This could have been a 3-0 either way. Here we go towards A, though. 2-2 split on the defense for Røkkr. B is completely quiet for now, so Attach is having to do a lot of work to stay alive on this point. One-man stack for now. The second player able to get in there if you want it for the Mutineers, but here we go. Patience paid off, finally. Vivid, DavePaDy, they're going to clean up the A side. Could again see a stack, they might play this a little slower, but they've got it, mate. It's all good for now. Florida Mutineers running the show.
And I tell you what, just the idea of trying to be a nuisance, Vivid, couple tags and players shooting in the back and really just drawing a ton of attention his direction. And while he gets cleared out, Florida, they are just taking the slow capture on A. Skies has been left alone on it, but that's just because they know they have the setup to actually protect their friend, and there's the setup paying off. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to try to capture B. This will be the most time either team has had by a mile to try to get any more progress on offense.
Oof. And Vivid is starting to get himself going. He's had quite a slow series, despite, you know, the current series score. His individual
Started 3 and 10.
He did, right? And that's Kaka. And now he's looking much better. Nades are up. Standy, he's going to eat that one. Attached with a cross. Lucky he's got lethal zone tacticals to play with. That's going to help slow this team down. But Skies from behind. 4-man hit. Standy reads it. The whole team's coming. Here come the Florida Mutineers. Røkkr lines up for the defense. Over the top rope comes Awakening, finds at least one. Havok has to back on up. The tactical retreat, no way. Demon Joe. Awakening doing exactly just that as smokes him. Finds another one, could get another here. Unbelievable shots out of Awakening. Is he still alive? And the capture on B is good. Could never have won that fight though. And if he had, I'd have shaved the beard.
Vivid though, at least trying to keep things mixy in the back spawn, trying to stay alive, but does get hunted down. And I mean, you know, the beard is safe for now. Awakening certainly tried, but all of that just to have a 1 life advantage. Now a minute has gone by and not a single tick of progression. So a hell of an attempt, but as we have learned on Tuscan, certainly defensive sided, it takes even more than that.
Yeah, it's hard work. And there now, the dance of death, the ring around a rosy begins. Havok, he thinks he's the hunter, but he's actually the hunted. Skies with dead silence, prowling around the backside of Tuscan. Battle raging on the front side. All of that being won by Røkkr. Good stuff. Havok makes the base safe. Mutineers back to the drawing board. 16 lives for Røkkr, 11 Mutineers.
And meanwhile, while we've been watching Havok sort of like play the hunting game, a couple of his teammates have once again set up like a mini blender, keeping the Mutineers in their spawn. They're running around corners where Attach is hiding and frying. At least gets 2 before he gets dropped, but I mean, now you only got 30 seconds to try to get any ticks progression on B, but you have 0 map control, 0 open lanes of attack, and basically 0 hope. I guess they're just gonna post up and look for some kills and see if they get gifted some sort of miracle.
Yeah, the life count is certainly not worked out for him. Miracles do happen. Priestahh finding one, Awakening with the opening. Here comes a push forward now. You've got the backline clear as well. All comes down to Standy now on this side of the map. If you find him and kill him, this could turn around. 3 lives left. Dave Paddy wins a big one. Here comes Standy off the top rope, gunned immediately. And Dave Paddy nearly getting all 3. The man is a monster, but not enough. Great work out of Røkkr to stay alive. The Mutineers unfazed as they sit now on map point for Røkkr.
And look, I mean, there's been a different style, a different twist in all of these rounds, but the end result always the same. No ticks on B for the team on offense. Defense reigns supreme. We'll see if Røkkr can break that mold. And I mean, again, capture A, 1 tick on B. They're good for the defense for the final round. Or if they just win on offense, they win the game. That's my high level analysis.
We'll take it. Mountain Dew featured player Havok flies right into the fray. It's a glorious kill to get things going. The opening proceedings is the sweet moves once again. Dave Paddy brought to his knees. Just on the outside of Church there, and you still got pressure towards A. Vivid trying to hand a flank, but again, Havok is locked in right now. This is a great read. Wins the gunfight as well. 3 in a row. What a beautiful opening of the round he's had. It will be brought to an end there, but man, he certainly did the damage. Dave Paddy, he can't get out of his spawn. He's always got a nade in hand, seemingly.
And well, whether or not he's trying to chuck the nades, it's still the same battle over towards A. Now Attach is taking his turn with the frag in hand, and you see Dave chucking it from the other direction. But the tags don't land. He is perfectly healthy for these fights. He's got Havok around him as well, trying to pick up a couple kills. But right now, Florida trying to apply the pressure. I mean, best way to get defense for the final round is just completely shut him out on A, which, I mean, hey, so far so good, but obviously not easy as Røkkr now really trying to apply that pressure on the site.
Awakening's got a lot of information now covered through mid-map. Potential to taking Havok there as well, bar a couple of extra bullets, but beautiful stuff out of Awakening. This is incredible. Oscillating from, you know, saving the A site, taking care of those players coming out of their spawn. Beautiful work still. The Mutineers keeping the defense together. 1 life separates them at this moment in time. 1 segment remaining on A. That could be captured now. It's again, time starting to slip away.
Yeah, they should be good to go. Looks like that clearance. Maybe Awakening actually can make a late play, but they've at least stacked the points, so you expect the trades to be there in short order. They get it, and they capture A as well. So, name of the game, can Røkkr get just 1 tick? Because if not, I think it comes down to kills after that. And actually, now looking at the kills, Røkkr are just in a fantastic spot, no matter the circumstance.
We'll find out if they can make that spot even better and potentially win it here. They are lining up for the hit. Vivid atop the banister there. Connects with a stun. Paddy's got the backside of the plat covered. Here we go. This could be the hit. Havok has been so brilliant so far for his team. This kill on Vivid would be certainly helpful. There we go. Is that enough clearance now to get the squad forward? As his teammates have been dropped either side. It's certainly slowed the push down, Chance.
Yeah, you just need all four. I mean, only 2 players left alive around green, and you see Mutineers playing a very tight setup, trying to play it as perfectly as you can, but that also means Minnesota Røkkr do have time to group as a full unit. It's tough on the first push, and well, Paddy ends up getting that first blood. Havok making moves, but everybody chopped down one by one, and now attached last man standing has to wait for his teammates once again.
You called it though. I mean, you've got a lot of time to work with still. 40 seconds, 9. Make it 8 lives now for the Minnesota Røkkr to still try to make this happen. Beautiful shots at range there from Attach. He has been loving that assault rifle since making that major swap. Good stuff again out of Awakening. A brilliant hold here on Tuscan. It has been 3 now in a row for him. 25 seconds. We could be going to that final round. I don't think Røkkr can get here in time to really make that attack work.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for Røkkr still, though, they should be nice and secure for the defense for the next round, and no respawns remaining, and only 12 seconds left on the clock, and Florida Mutineers, again, just super tight setup in and around the site. And that is, again, 4 different-ish styles of rounds, but again, the same theme the entire way through. Defense OP, and Minnesota Røkkr, the team that at least statistically has the slight disadvantage in control, have a pretty noticeable advantage going into this final round.
And this has been fantastic. Awakening, Simi, every time I look at the kill feed, I'm like, nah, surely Awakening doesn't. How did he get that kill? Where was he at the time? He's been playing very, very good defensive work here on Tuscan. A whole team clicking. Final round now here in Tuscan control. To take the lead in the series, Minnesota Røkkr have got defense. Here we go. It's a stack towards A. 2 players through the field, 2 through mid. Mutineers looking to get it going early.
And not even more of a stack, right? Well, maybe 2 players on the point, but it'll be somewhat of a standard round or approach. Or they've done this quite a few times where Vivid tries to get behind enemy lines, be a nuisance, and maybe apply pressure towards B, or maybe not. Just try to hunt down these kills, but the hunter has become the hunted. He has taken a route and a half and has only gotten 1 kill. By the way, Awakening didn't even notice. He's on a 6 spree. Talk about a way to try to string together an offensive win. A glide bomb can make your life that much easier to try to break through. And maybe Minnesota have been counting correctly. No one is challenging A for the moment. You can't feed Awakening.
Standy is on a flank. Might be able to catch 1 or 2 here. There it is, the first. Awakening's going to be very hungry for that one still. Priestahh, oh, pressure's on. Nice work out of Vivid, good movement. Awakening now, still in the back line. 1 more kill is going to get him the glide bomb, and that could be decisive now for the Florida Mutineers on this offensive hold. Standy, once again, the flank's still going. Your boy's on a massive lap, and it's nearly finished. It'll be his birthday soon. He's been going there for so long. Awakening, there it is. Streaks in hand. Is this enough to push them over the edge?
Oh, well, Vivid's winning the gunfights in the back, so they're on the pinch. They have, what, 2 or 3 players that they've almost like flipped the spawns, because even Vivid is still behind enemy lines, but instead of hopping the point, they're trying to clear out P5 because everyone else has been stuck in their spawn. So all of that work on the flank is just for nothing outside of the glide, but now the glide is what you have to get good use out of. And instead of trying to go through P5, they're trying to go all the way around once again. But I mean, this is a strat that they have not been able to be successful with, and they're still getting shot down along the way.
I mean, they're finding a kill or 2 here, but every single kill that Røkkr get is tremendous. It sets back the Mutineers' progress. 1 player has to make their way through mid-map, and the way Røkkr are playing this now, they're all over the place. They're in every possible little nook and cranny. It becomes a dangerous journey to traverse your way onto that B zone. Here we go. Glides out. Let's see if we can get this one going. 2 players towards the back. You've got a lot of information passed over. The members now of the Mutineers. Oh boy, and it may be Awakening to get his team on the point now. It's a slow stack as the gunshots are coming through, and it's big wins out of the members of the Røkkr team. They're on the defense still. They're keeping this one together. Can Paddy find a kill or 2 here?
Dude, again, on the flank, Vivid is here. His teammates winning at least a couple of the gunfights, but getting traded. And Vivid just taking every route available, but can never find more than 1. And now you lose plat control and all of that time, all of that energy, basically for nothing. You get 1 extra tick, which is certainly nice to have, but That's a glide bomb just for that. And I mean, they're sticking to the same thing. Once again, going through the field side of the map, but they just getting chopped down every single time.
Havok top radio side, he's going to be watching over that B zone a lot closer. The P5 defense as well, as you can see from number 1 and number 2 standing and attached. They're all good there. DavePaddy's going to walk into them. Close hit now. You've managed to get very, very close to the point. Havok pushes the front line forward, catches Vivid in mid-map, Awakening there on the point as well. The pinch is good. 20 seconds, he's gone as well. One player in the back, taken care of. It all comes down to DavePaddy, the furthest man forward. Clock ticking now. Unfortunate timing brings him down. Oh, Vivid is there as well, but it might be it. Final 10 seconds, he's going to make the dive. His teammates are nowhere near. 1 kill at a time. Maybe, just maybe, we could see something special happen here, but it has got to be historic, and it's on the skies, and that is it. It is done. It is all over. Røkkr take the lead in the series.
The energy that Havok brings to the table, you can see in every single map that they win. Bringing the passion, bringing the comms, even before that final round, you can see the level of energy that he brings to the table. I will say, just to throw it out there, I'm personally not a fan of like going through field side and make the breaks on B. It's certainly, you can make things mixy, and I don't know, I just think it makes more sense to try to go through P5, try to clear out church, and then use the glide bomb when you have all the indoors parts covered. But I mean, no matter what direction you try to do it from, it is not easy to win on offense no matter what. And that'll be 5 for 5 for perfect defenses. And shout out to basically just the slaying, because I don't even think it came down to kills. Everybody but Standy going positive. Priestahh has been very consistent as of late, and another strong performance coming out of the ARs.
Yes, the ARs of Røkkr have been looking great, and you just saying Priestahh has been very consistent as of late, I think is one of the real turnarounds now for this Røkkr roster. We've been, myself included, very critical of Priesthah's play, and now it's starting to really gel, starting to get things going. This is a magnificent look for Røkkr. One more map's where they need in the series, the Bocage hardpoint coming up next, and as we look across the highlights, some great moments, man. I mean, we saw Standy, a sweet little spot on top of that ledge yesterday, pinches on pinches on pinches, there's red cheeks all over the place, whether it's the face or the bottoms. It was a great looking series so far, but man, we're going the distance. Chance Bocage up next.
And by the way, that was 2 different clips of just highlighting like why clearing out P5 and top church is the way to go to actually win the rounds, because it was Standy on the flank picking up 2 pieces with the high ground from the plat control, and then Vivid the exact same thing on the flank, getting the high ground in the plat control, just shooting players in the back. So you go through field side, that's going to be the problem. By the time you get to B, you're going to get shot from the high ground up top plat and top green and whatnot. So I'd say just a couple good looks there, but again, it can only be said so many times, and this will be something we'll say about Tuscan Control as this year goes on. If you're getting those defenses on round 5, you will always be feeling good.
Yeah, it's tried and true. It's been the sign of Vanguard, I suppose, since the start. I mean, defensive's been the best to have. We've made such an effort about it, and of course the devs helped us out. The guys at Sledgehammer changing the rule set so that segment progression is what pushes you over the edge to get defense in the end, forcing us all to play the OBJ. But here we go, friends. That's the look across the series so far. The Mountain Dew marquee match, not quite over yet. Bocage, hardpoint now, last one. The Mutineers have got to force that final game 5. If we get there, it will be an absolute bloodbath. But hardpoint up first. Chance, which way are you dressing for this one, my friend?
Very tough to predict, I'd have to say, once again, because the SMGs for Røkkr have been frying, and I know for Florida this has been maybe not their strongest, but certainly still a decent map for them. Like, despite the quote 3 AR players, I mean, Skies and Awakening both when the Rock and the SMG, absolute menaces on the map. So I'd say still tough to predict. I will say though, going into a map 5 potentially, I think it's the least played S&D map for Florida. They only have an 0-2 record. So, I mean, funnily enough, it's actually gone through in the series. I think the reason they've played it so little, though, is not necessarily because they don't like it, but I think this is a team that has very few game 5s. They either beat teams pretty easily or end up getting beat in a pretty dominant fashion. And certainly the way these past couple maps has gone, Røkkr is staring down the barrel of a 3-1.
Could be the case. We will find out though. Bocage is loading in now. The player's almost ready to rock and roll for Minnesota Røkkr, quite literally. Respawn dominance has been, it's been ideal for them. I believe,
very solid,
yeah.
solid respawn. Very
solid. We have the stat. This has just come through from Carson. Røkkr 11-3 in their last 14 respawns. So they're looking pretty good, lad. That's solid as hell. That's solid as hell. We'll see if they can keep it going. One more is all they need here in the series to close out a Mountain Dew marquee match. They can sit very pretty, knowing well that with the upcoming Toronto Major, They're finding themselves most likely in that winner's bracket, but we will see. Top performers now in hardpoint in this series, not excluding map 1. We're going to give that one a miss. It is, of course, Awakening, who's been brilliant in the series so far, and Attach, the AR wonder player for Minnesota Røkkr.
And then, of course, obviously, when we're talking about Bocage, I mean, take your pick of players, right? Like, who knows who's going to end up going on a tear. And funnily enough, you said that, what, 11-3 in their last 14 respawns, something along those lines? That just means that the Pro-Am, obviously, I mean, I know they didn't play super high. I don't even think they made it out of the top 2, but I think, like, in their last 10 hard points, they're, like, barely over the 500 mark. The same thing for the Control, which means since the online stage, they have just been on an absolute tear. So I suppose this would be a very quick look to see if they can continue, because as far as the plus minus goes, Florida a little bit better, and obviously the Gavutu is much more of a place to highlight it compared to Bocage. But Florida, when they win those rotations, one of the very best teams in the game at actually holding their setups down.
See if that same statistic can be truly applied to Bocage. We've seen, you don't even have to really rotate too much on this map. Not all the hills require an early presence to find success in them. A lot of time you can just smash your face through a wall and into the enemy team to get that hard point. Nice non-traded kills there from Attach. He's had a nice series so far. Looking very comfortable indeed with that AR roll. But here we go, friends. Map number 4 here on our Mountain Dew marquee match. Let's get it.
Sticking with Attach as well, going to the river side of the map and seeing if there's any flanks coming through. It doesn't look like Florida's going that direction, but either way, the 2 AR setup at the very least off the rip for Minnesota. 15 seconds gone by. Sky's the first player to actually set foot in the hill, and he only does it to cross, but Minnesota wins the gunfights, and Priestahh will begin to collect some time.
A little bit of time now going the way of Røkkr. DavePaty on the flank. Able to cause a little bit of noise, trying to keep that side of the map safe and sound, and he's doing a great job here from top barn. As DavePaty starts the map off 2-0. His teammates now managing to get the hard point. But for how long? Not easy to hold here on gate, of course. A lot of angles to approach, but for now, we're seeing Florida do a very interesting job of taking care of every onlooker. They've got perfect awareness of spawns. This is amazing.
Yeah, Røkkr completely unaware. DavePaty flipped the spawns. Røkkr had no idea. Almost shades of the Gavutu, where Minnesota just didn't know what was going on. So DavePaty gets a couple freebies, shooting players in the back. And I mean, we talk about how good they are when they get the setups. You intro this P2 hill with Vivi getting a 3-piece. So now you get full clearance on the map. And well, DavePaty inside the hill chows and dies. And you're going to lose a little bit of time.
A little bit of time. Priesthah's peppering these players up. They're well seasoned. By the time you get to the point, Attach, unfortunately, not able to get too many more there. DavePaty straight out of spawn, straight into the back line, covers the defense there. Mountain Dew featured player Havok now through mid. Find at least one. Can he catch the skies as well? Smooth moves. He's got great map awareness right now, man. His movement is on point. Gunny there as well. Now another hard point. Tags are up. DavePaty wins it. Time still in the hands of Florida Mutineers. I'll tell you what, brother, you were not joking. Once they get in that point, it's hard to get them out.
Well, they have actually gotten pushed out, though, so they'll certainly have a lead going into the new hill. And a couple of players actually playing a little bit slow. DavePaty was posted on the Godheading. I was confused as to whether or not Florida wanted to rotate or fight for the scrap time. But only one player really gets sent on the rotation. Vivid is here, and Minnesota does not look like they have any idea. And the question is, how does he want to play it? Look for the kills, wait for his teammates to spawn, but his teammate's not there for the help yet. He's going to look for the spawn kills. But only Priestahh has died, and well, his team has got inside the point. Now you can try to set it up, but you get the back spawns instead, as Bocage is impossible to predict.
Tough scenes. The Skies is not going to win that fight. 2 members of Røkkr fight their way through Riverside. Now, an open hard point. No one in their side bottom grannies. We're all playing this a little too pensively. Awakening still keeps his kills going. This is Vivid on your screens, trying to stay alive. Pressure now from Røkkr. Through the front they go. The old A-bomb site. Now for the players. Attach hits the back line, and somehow catches one. His teammate with the other. It's a magnificent 3 down. And now Røkkr, they should be right back in this.
And now Attach has the opportunity to go for some of these spawn kills, right? And the timing at least vaguely on his side, but that is 3 guns looking to take him down.
Oh,
but
my word.
That is all just a fight out of your spawn. I mean, sure, Florida wins a couple nice ones, but I mean, with the nice start the Mutineers had early on, I mean, Røkkr can count their blessings. They have the early lead, and I don't want to call it an early rotation win because it's only one player inside the actual point, but still, it is a tight game early on.
Very tight game early on. The lead that the Florida Mutineers developed at the start of the game has dissipated since then. We're about to see the lead change hands once more. Good stuff again out of the Mutineers. 13-7 for Awakening. He's looking great so far. Sky's trying to hold the hard point down. No chance, son. Great break there from Røkkr. Hard point all theirs. Vivid trying to make his way in through the side. Havok rips him. Time still ticking away in favor of Røkkr.
And you've got everything covered. Maybe you don't have the right gun for the job because, you know, it's just a game of chance of who's able to filter and where, but still players pushed out both sides. Standy waiting for the kills to come his way, but he is getting back down while his teammates are actually picking up all of the kills. So playing his life even on this map to great effect. Now Havok is on a 4 as, well, no one will end up getting that scrap time, but a very small 12-point lead going into new. Florida get at least L control first, but maybe not for long because Havok and the team, they're trying to hunt Awakening down.
They're doing what they can. TJHaly at great range takes care of Havok, ends the spree, makes that one all safe. Priestahh, though, starts a spree of his own, now on a 3. Gonna keep the backline safe. Good awareness. Gun skies, that's 4 now in a row. Gonna keep the backline safe once again. He's gonna get stunned up once more. Your boy's ears are ringing, but that's not gonna stop him from beaming. He comes Awakening. Nades, though, over the top. Good stuff. Makes the backside safe. Havok trying to find something here. As the Mutineers, they're doing all this while balancing the hardpoint time as well.
Yeah, and you can see Havok debating Rouse is attached with the AR, just trying to soar in, but you have streak control, which means you can just jump over and look for these kills, but it looks like Florida balanced that pretty well. Standy still up top. Well, eventually does get traded.
Wow.
Mutineers, make no mistake, they had to absolutely fight for this time, which the fight continues as the nades come through. I mean, they were down by 12 going into this hill and maybe coming out of it, I mean, up by 3, maybe 4 or 5 points. Very back and forth game overall. And frankly, less than 3 minutes on the game clock. It might be too early to say, but that might come into great effect later on.
We'll keep an eye on that and we'll see if it does come into play. But for now, back over to our second set of hardpoints, back into the middle of the map. On Awakening, he's on a bit of a run, a bit of a revenge tour. His team have done the best they possibly can to keep things close, but it's a nice opening bit of time now from Røkkr. Completely different to what we saw in the first set. Standy playing for spawns for P2 as well. This is a good look out of the Røkkr boys. They're honestly, it was a little slow to start things off, but they've managed to heat things up. Can they get it going here? Nice kills. This is Standy now starting to get things moving. There's Priestahh kills in the kill feed as well. Over 100 points we go. Røkkr starting to shine.
It does get traded, but I was going to say, just doing a nice job of waiting for the kills to come to him. And despite the fact that he fell, TJHaly just posted on the Godheady, which means you actually had decent control of the map to collect time on P1. I mean, it's a wild thing to say, but I think this is honestly one of the better hills either team has had throughout the game. Røkkr doing a decent job to collect a little bit of time, but as it stands, that battle for the rotation, Awakening wins a massive, not just 1, make it 2 in the back end. This is the hill where Mutineers have had the most success, and they will have those spawns once again. And TJHaly, he's been posted around the God tank this entire time, so they have the full map spread.
Mutineers with the map control. We're going to see Røkkr now on the break. Perfect time now, diving for a quick listen in and hear how they do it.
I'm trying to barrel.
I'm spending time.
I'm weak.
I'm getting top. He's behind a zig.
You want zig?
Zig dead.
Alright, tie game. Deep breath, guys. Deep breath.
The barrel still, nade barrel.
One shot barrel.
I'm nading barrel then. I naded barrel.
I'm going left. I'm going left.
I'm gonna run up.
One barrel.
I'll kill. Barrel, one shot, dead. Last one bar.
Dead.
Nice. Make sure we don't flip. Someone back up.
Weak right.
I think we're good. They might spawn dirt.
No, two right. They're going left.
The one rat.
Mid.
Got two
Nice.
rat.
Back up. Be like.
Backing up. I'm backing up.
See the back hut.
One's on node. Vivid.
Vivid
Nice
one shot
try,
old. Vivid one shot old. He's going the right.
They're not to be left, guys.
Frantic comms, but again, perfect clarity as to what they need to be doing at this moment in time. Lead will change hands. We'll now dive to the other side of the court. Flying to Mutineers. Quick listen in.
Priestahh dead. I shoot it.
One shot. B5.
Nice.
Trapped him.
Yeah, they could be back left.
I
have tools.
Can you hold it, Dave?
No.
I have deep left.
I'm holding tools. We're good, Joe.
I have to watch
Back right. You might want tunnel.
No, window dead.
I'll get hill now, Joe, but I'm far.
Thinking about a flip. I'm trying to flip.
I have top by stairs. I have your help top by stairs too.
Go. Mid hub. I couldn't get hill.
Top stairs, yeah. He's going mid hole.
3 and hold. 3 in time.
Mid hole, Priestahh. I'm pushing up.
Yeah, we flip.
We try to contest this one.
Bottom barrels. Go mid street. I think.
Mid street?
One's gonna get out again, guys. One's gonna try getting out again.
They can be through.
Alright,
Hold touch. He's in new.
My chance. It is back and forth between these two teams here on the cage.
They are leaving everything on the battlefield. They will be emotionally and physically drained by the time this map ends because it has been an absolute battle. As there you go, nice little wipe from Minnesota, which makes their approach to this new hill oh so easy, at least for the contest. Everybody stacked up around the front side of Barton. Sky somehow finds an extra 2. Make it a 5 spree for him. It could have been 7, but as it stands, Standy now the last one alive for his team. And hey, he's making some big wins too. He picks up a 2-piece. Vivid gets a 2-piece of his own. When I say emotionally drained, by God, do I mean it.
Yeah, we might all be, mate. The contest is still on. Don't forget the game clock. We brought that up just a moment ago. And man, this is such a close hard point. Røkkr now with control. And it's about to flip straight back over. Now you've got Florida in control. Non-stop action here. As the hard point's been open for a brief moment, the lead will definitely change hands. Eyes on towards the next hard point, though. Røkkr have got mid-map covered. They're going to be able to do something special here. But again, you got to watch out for that something. Florida Mutineers, they love to surprise. Mid-map, sweet. All covered. No routes to be had. The time will go the way of the Mutineers, but the new hard point's all Røkkr.
And maybe a hard point where Røkkr can look to stabilize. They have the perfect setup. 2 players responsible for watching the full flank. Havok is underneath gates, watch the cross, but unfortunately, your man inside the hill got met by 37 grenades, so he gets dropped, and that is the way to start the breakdown of the setup. An unfortunate team kill as well, and just like that, good nade and tack coordination is all it takes to find these openings.
It's not easy to do it, but they get it done. Mutineers onto the point. Kills coming through. Remaining 2 members now of Minnesota Røkkr. Only one in a close position to help the hill, and it's Attach. Wins a fight against Skies, doing everything he possibly can. Every life not wasted as they desperately try to keep the Mutineers off the point. 1 minute 25 on the game clock. We have Røkkr now. They should get the next 15 seconds. I think Awakening's going to hit that old time and try to keep him off it. I don't know. It's lead change once again, Chance.
I mean, frankly, you get 12 seconds to scrap time. That's the best time you can realistically expect to get until it's a clean 4 down and they fight for the final 3 seconds. Because of course you do, because you need the map control, because this Bocage, gentlemen, and now Vivid up top shooting players in the back. Good luck keeping track of him because he can go anywhere. Finally, he gets dropped, and maybe you get Mutineers outside of this P1 hill. Havok does the dirty and takes him down, and maybe what will be the 37th lead change of this game. Minnesota on P1 will now have the edge.
The 37 in the books. Another one could be on its way. 2-man hit now through the inside of barn. Havok staying alive as best he can. He's having a great series. Into the hill, we may see the Mutineers go, but they've got to find the kills. We're playing for map control also. Eyes towards the prize. That's the second hard point up. Havok's trying to find the route towards the back. He's going to run into another player. It is Dave Paddy. It is Dave Paddy, and he's won the fight. Backside covered. He gets a second, and okay, you've got Røkkr with the scrap time as well, but their next hard point's going to pop soon.
I was going to say, all that attention towards the back, though. This is still okay time on P1. Maybe an extra few seconds here and there, but either way, you'll take it just for the 14-point edge.
Oh my God.
This is the hill where Florida Mutineers have had the advantage every single time, where they get the back spawns on lock, but now it is Minnesota Røkkr, at least in the hill. Priestahh flanking to block the spawns, and because number 8 spawn River, they have no idea that he got behind enemy lines. Free kill number 1. Back spawns now blocked. Minnesota making the play.
The pinch is on. They're going to have to fly through barn, and that's where Standy is. Skies managed to get one. Can he fight the player out on tanks? He can't. Priestahh, a heroic play, gets the back line sorted. Now you've got spawns. Now you've got time. There's 30 seconds left on this point. There are 39 seconds left on the game clock, and this is getting spicy.
Oh, and Havok with gunfights like that, you only imagine might seal the deal the first time Minnesota actually gets some semblance of control on this P2 hill. And look at how far away everybody is for Florida. I mean, granted, Røkkr can't win it here, but this is the largest lead either team has had this entire game. And Priestahh, the main man, wide. The 6th free for him on this hill, throwing the team on the back. Is 1 rotation, 1 break, and Røkkr win this series.
Priestahh, what a run this is, and he's helped his team win the whole series. That is one hell of a turnaround for Minnesota Røkkr. It was certainly a bang after what was an incredibly close Bocage hard point. The whole way through, they managed to pull it away towards the end. Priestahh's flank towards backside of tin seals the deal. It's a 3-1 as Røkkr continue the run. What a Mountain Dew marquee match that was.
I don't know, man. I mean, Røkkr, obviously, everyone criticized them for the roster change, and after the Pro-Am, maybe it seemed like for good reason, but so far in these qualifying stages, 4-0 record. 12-3 overall map count. I think now 12-3 in just their respawns alone. And I mean, just the fact that they're starting to win more of these hard points has been an absolute difference maker. And there's Priestahh. I mean, one of the most criticized player in the league this year. And at least again, through this stage, incredibly consistent, fantastic plays on the map. And I mean, 29 traded, or non-traded, excuse me, not too shabby.
That was one hell of a play from Priestahh, man. Wow. 29 on trade is one thing, 34-27 overall, the 4.2k on the damage front, putting in the work, and that is a brilliant turnaround. That was the most necessary turnaround I feel like that as an individual player he needed. Highlights now from this Bocage hardpoint. This was incredibly close, all map long until that final set, the third set. And again, it's just the way it is in the cage. It is always the spiciest. And this man on your screen, Priestahh, we'll get to it a little bit later, but he certainly made the game-winning plays.
I mean, it truly was just like Bocage in his purest form. I mean, you're hitting scrap time for like 3 seconds at old and getting 4 down and 4 downs that flip. You have Minnesota early on, like not recognize when the spawns get flipped, when they don't. Are they going to be in the back? Do you have the trap? Nobody ever knows. But the play that happens at the end where Priestahh finally gets back towards 10, ends up going on a 7 spree from that hill, but does it from the start, was the biggest difference maker by a mile. I mean, dude, even this 5-3 from Skies, he just gets 2P straight after and it just turns into like scrap. It is so difficult to find big plays, but Priestahh did find the one that mattered the most.
Crazy, man. I mean, everyone fought pretty perfectly here. It was the final seconds, the final dying seconds. This was the beginning of it. The 3 spree there, he's on a 6, the turn, burn, you name it, man. It all happened. And the whole time his teammates soaking up that time, they're picking up the kills on point. Really, P-Dog was barking. Marks his territory there on Bocage, and Røkkr get the 3-1. Damn, son! What a good day of games. And that certainly was the first real match of the day. A 3-1, and it was a closely contested one as well. The Tuscan control was all defense solid as well, but that Tuscan search and destroy, and we saw some cool stuff there as well. Good stuff, friends. Lots of great stuff here. Nothing but great stuff. I saw some stuff, Chance saw some stuff, you saw some stuff as well, but woo, ladies and gentlemen, good series, mate. Desk, did you also see some stuff?
A good one. You know what I saw? I saw Preston and Purple popping off and going crazy. Priestahh going, what, 34 and 27 to close that out. He's just been looking lights out lately. It's consistent. The conversation is there. Priestahh is finally back.
Yeah, I love what I saw of him. Even in the Search and Destroy, had a couple big clutches as well. And, you know, that's the map where I was most impressed by them in this series. I mean, early on, they shut down the offensive B push from both sides from Florida each time, and then that set them up in position to succeed. You saw the very next round, they're like, okay, no way they go B. So they blind counter 3 stacked over towards the A site, killed all of them. It's just a great series, and when you have Priestahh playing like that with this new form team, like, they're gonna have a lot of success. I think I heard Miles say it was 12-3 map count, 4-0 series count so far in this, stage. Like, these guys are looking nuts right now.
That's nuts. Ali, what are your thoughts about the match overall, and also did Florida impress you a little bit?
Unfortunately, not. I feel like Florida's always going to be the team that just annoys me a little bit, just because it's like they're either super hot frying or they're getting super hot smoked. And today, I feel like they got super hot smoked by Minnesota.
That was cool though. Like they looked really good. And by the way, yeah, big time. We have Priestahh actually waiting with the game fuel post. Excuse me, Standy with the game fuel post victory spotlight. Let's get him on board. Super Saiyan Standy, how you doing, man? Standy, what's up, baby? All right, I have a question for you because this series, you guys didn't think about the time for us to get off of work today, man. You had us play one extra map. This could have been a clean 3-0, but you let Florida go on Gavutu hard point. And when we take a look at a team like Florida with strong ARs, did you guys think this was a better matchup for you all, or what was the deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I still think even though we lost the Gavutu, we're still a better team than them on it. We put ourselves in a lot of good positions when it came to like holding hills. We just like if you go back and watch that match, we rotated first. So like I feel like a majority of those hills we just would get broken 30 seconds in, 45 seconds in, and then it would just lead them to getting more time. So even though we started slow, we kept composure and kept going.
I hate to put you a little bit on the stand here, but in that Gavutu, you actually had a .48 in the opening hard point, but you super hot fried the rest of the series. So I wanted to know, like, did you see that and be like, oh man, I gotta turn up? Did you just kind of like block it out of your mental, or were you just like, oh, it was just a tough map one heading into the rest of the series? Like, how do you individually as a player kind of regain from that in mid-series?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I knew I was getting smoked. I knew I was getting smoked, but either way, it's a team game, and
yeah.
We lost by 150 points, and we can go back and look at that, and we're not gonna be like, oh, the reason we lost is because Standy had a .4, .5. Yeah. You know what I mean? There is a lot of stuff we could have done better, but for me personally, I try to not let those type of things get to my head, because just like we're going into the next map, reset.
Yeah.
Whatever is in the past is in the past. So.
Hey, Standy, congratulations on the win, 4-0. You guys are looking great so far. I want to ask you a little bit about your search and destroy. I feel like you guys have been one of the more strategic teams in the history of this roster, but now it seems like you guys are taking like way more risks. Like, is that an active discussion you guys had when you picked up Havok? Like, let's take more risk in rounds. Like, if you find an open lane, just take it, or does that just happen naturally?
Yeah, funny you say that because I think I'm a really good risk taker when it comes to S&D, and Colt is a really good risk taker as well. Then we have Preston's fast in S&D. He knows when he has to go and stop. And I mean, Dylan's like the backbone sometimes.
Yeah.
He snipes, makes plays. But I think in general, Colt loves to make plays. I love to make plays. So I think that kind of combo just makes us a dangerous team. And funny you say that. Before the match, before the S&D started, Colt was like, even though we got smoke first map, it doesn't matter. Play this S&D. If you want to take a risk, take a risk. Call it. We'll play around you. So, you know what I mean? He's bringing the good vibes. He's bringing the energy, and he's a great player to have on our team. So.
Well, it's working, man.
Hey, yo, Standy, I'm going to leave the floor to you right here. Yo, feel free to be in filter or however you feel. This year was pretty frustrating for you and your team. You guys are just dominating everything right now. I mean, what is the feeling inside of you now whenever you go into a series looking at this team and just the success you have now compared to back then?
I think for me, like from beginning of the year, I was relied on a lot for like the pressure and playmaking, and like obviously people could say like I'm not having like a superstar year, but at least now I have moments where I'm allowed to slow down, get a kill, play my lane, and I also have moments where I can be really fast, head bash, head bash, head bash. While Colt's on a route, head bash a hill, someone's looking over me, so. I think my goal, like, and our team's goal now, is just making the game easy, and you know what I mean. We're playing for team wins. We're not really, you know.
Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, Standy, keep up the good work. We'll holler at you later. All right, man.
Holla at you later, yo.
All right, man. I'm loving to hear it. But the Scump play of the game was going to be the end of that hard point where Minnesota just took reins of the entire series and got yet another big dub.
So I heard you do that in my ear, and I was like, I don't like what just went down, but I do like Minnesota Røkkr in the entire upscale that they have been on recently, following their own home Major II. They came out of that and was like, you know what, we want to make a turnaround for the fans. We want to start showing out for them and show what we're truly capable of. And I feel like heading into Major III Qualifiers, that is exactly what this team has done.
Yeah, and that was a big play out of Priestahh as well. Like, the guy gets all the way around the back, picks up the kill on the bench. Like, if he doesn't do that, they're in a very tough spot. They also did a really good job on P1 there. Like, literally, they held like 30 seconds and then literally got the scrap as well as they started to rotate. So, Minnesota Røkkr looking damn good.
All right, you know what else is looking damn good? We're at the end of the day, we have one more series left to go. And this one, I'm hoping that this just is crazy, okay? We have the Boston Breach facing off against the Atlanta FaZe. And on paper, yeah, we can say Atlanta FaZe is definitely outright the better team. But the thing is, we cannot count Boston out. Let's see what the boys can pick it up against, what, last year's Team of the Year. We'll catch you guys on the other side of the break. Take it easy.